Industrial Revolution, that's when they began this population control. That's when they began, and the massive food, because they got these alarmists started saying, oh my God, we have so many people, we got to be able to feed them. We're not going to be able to, and then they were slashing and burning our resources, and they were mistreating, resources in this country, and because it was so abundant. But, population control is like one of the biggest goals the globalists have, is this population control, and having a certain amount of people in like 2035, I think, so they have these goals they've set. And, we really just kicked the globalists in the ass with this election. That's what we just did. So,
well,
so
now Trump has to get in.
Yeah.
And, it's only just begun.
Yeah.
The first time around, he was surrounded by swamp monsters, and much to
oh God,
a lot of his mistakes.
He was very naive.
Yeah.
He thought he was president.
Yeah.
He thought he had the authority, and he thought he'd negotiate. And they said, "Sure thing, Trump." And then they went after him with everything they had.
Yeah, no, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And it's money.
Yeah,
So much of it is money. People
Yeah.
want their contracts. They want their big offices. They want so many employees who are under them. It's follow the rules. And it's interesting because today I'm here in my personal capacity, not talking on behalf of the government or my agency. I've been with the federal government more than 20 years, and I never saw the corruption like I see it now, because I witnessed it firsthand. And I witnessed the way that they will weaponize against you. They will do, they'll pull the Matt Gaetz stuff, or the stuff with Michael Flynn, Crossfire Hurricane, Crossfire Razor. All they
under
have,
investigation.
Put you under investigation, which is what they did to me. And they do that, Garrett O'Boyle, as I mentioned. They will crush you, but it's not just to send you the signal that they're in control. It's also to scare everybody else to get in line and not to say anything when they see corruption.
Right.
And so when they walked me off the site, remember, for reporting that MS-13 is sponsoring kids. Aaron Stevenson, the whistleblower before me, DHS, he was like 2 years from retirement. This is a combat vet. He's, served. He's a Marine, 3 tours Afghanistan, 3 tours Iraq, and was fired for blowing the whistle on child sex trafficking. What's going on? But they do that so that nobody else will come forward.
That's right.
When they perp walk you, like they did me, midday, take your badge, it scares everybody around you. They want compliant people who will do what they say so that the money keeps going, the contracts keep going. I mean, this program alone is $7 billion annually. And so it's so much money flowing back and forth, and people are making a lot of money off these contracts, and that's what we need to get under control. People need to think about the nation. They need to think about
They do.
They just do. They need to think about what's right. And I think that's what terrifies them, as you mentioned, about the president-elect and some of the interesting people that he is nominating for secretary positions. It's frightening to them.
Yeah.
They can't control
Fun
it.
for us.
That's another thing. The American people need to understand how much is their taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
This is all their money going to all this stuff. And it's been going on for decades. And, it's hard on them. I go back to the middle class, I'm middle class. We grew up with nothing, 9 kids and nothing. We were poor. My parents just said, I want you to get your education. So I just think that, we really need to get back to, I always talk about the high road, leaders. Like so Trump, one of his things that I liked about him, was the fact that he was a businessman. Because I'm sick of lawyers running this country.
Yeah.
They don't know. And I worked for a CPA. My background's finance, compliance, and auditing. Okay, that's where I find the money. I can find the money. Let me tell you, I got the gift to finding. I'll find some money. I'll find a problem. So one of the things that he did was he runs a business. This country needs to be, run like, go in, evaluate it, and gut it, and find the waste, and nobody's done that. These lawyers don't even know how to balance their own checkbooks. Many times lawyers were going into their escrow accounts, writing their utility bills and getting caught. They don't know anything about money and how to budgets. They know nothing about it. It's been run by, I said this years ago, because my family was Democrat back in the day when it was, Kennedy kind of, pro-life and conservative Democrats, hardworking Americans, that kind of thing. I used to say, no, it's conservative and left now. These guys don't know how to balance budgets. They don't know anything about money. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And they can't tell the truth to save their lives.
And they're using people's money. I mean, we're all paying taxes. We have just gone through hell economy, you guys, right? I mean, I'm looking at people. How do families even, afford a gallon of milk?
Butter is $7.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, that's Venezuela, It's crazy. And that's why people are going back to growing their own food, and God bless them.
We got the chickens.
There you go.
Yes.
Love chickens. But I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. Joe Scarborough on MSNBC made a comment about how someone told him butter was $3, and he was like, "Oh, okay, sure." He's like, "Trump's going to win because butter's over $3." And he's like, "I'm thinking to myself, well, whatever." But I said, "Good point." And then Micah goes, "It's $7." He goes, "What?" She goes, "Butter is $7."
He's out of it.
And then he goes, "What is it? Framed in gold?" Go to the grocery store right now by us. It's $7 for butter.
I know.
And I didn't know butter was that much. I did not realize it was $7. Now I know the price of cream because I put cream in I do the keto.
Yeah.
But I don't buy butter. I use olive oil. I know olive oil is real expensive.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
But Allison went to the grocery store. She was picking up butter,
Yeah.
and then I saw it on the counter, and I was like, "Was it $7?" Just like, it was $7.
Yeah.
Was it framed in gold? No, it's just regular butter.
It also did a very bad thing with this economy. Was there's many people that took advantage and they gouge, and they're gouging. They're price gouging because you go into a restaurant and you can see, like I just noticed, okay, all of a sudden alcohol was not expensive, but the meat was expensive. Now I'm seeing like the meat's going down.
I don't think that's
a little-
gouging.
Well, there are people down. I see gouging.
We had a barbecue food truck.
Yeah.
And he stopped selling brisket.
Yeah.
And he said the problem was he would, in order to break even, he'd have to sell the brisket sandwich for $20.
Yeah.
No one's going to buy brisket for $20, so he just discontinued it.
Yeah, well, that's right. But there are gougers, believe me. There are people that are taking advantage of American people, believe me, because I see it down in Florida all the time, especially contractors and people
Well,
that
that's
are,
some
like
contractors.
pricing on pieces, on wood and pieces. I see gouging going on all the time. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, but that's what it does. It opened up doors for kind of corruption to come in. Like that's the kind of thing that happens when people don't get involved in their communities, and they need to understand that they need to keep track. Americans need to now keep an eye on everything that's going on. If they don't like it, stand up against it.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon, so subscribe and come hang out.